The New England Patriots just made a very smart move. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and tell you what, hit that like button too while you're at it. So real quick, if you did not know, we are doing a June giveaway. Going to spend 3 seconds on it. All you need to do to win a free hoodie, subscribe, join for a membership if you want, or get a piece of merch in the description. You only have to do one of those things. You do one of those things, boom, your name is put in the drawing. Membership or merch, multiple times your name is put in. So don't miss out. Whew, here we go. So ladies and gentlemen, jumping into it, the smart move by the Patriots, hiring a director of coaching analytics, Yakin Olakanma. I believe I said that correctly. There we go. Boom. But anyways, coming from the 49ers. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking, what in the world is this guy going to do? Now, in football of old, you didn't necessarily have this analytics guy. Now, football is a huge game of numbers, of odds, of ratios, of risk, and all this stuff. And sports in general, risk and reward. What is the probability that I go for it here, that I get it based on certain plays I run, based on this scheme, based on whatever? So analytic guys are gold in the NFL, and that's why it's a smart move. The Patriots hire this guy to be right next to, well, not physically right next to, but helping out Mike Vrabel in making decisions. As I said, he worked with the 49ers, which you can see the track record for the 49ers. They've had their, obviously they've not too long ago, they were just in the Super Bowl. And last year, obviously taking a step back with injuries, especially to Christian McCaffrey, which was a huge hit for them. But again, they are trying to figure things out, especially in a division that is up for grabs. And I feel like should be a lot better than it is. But anyways, that's beside the point. What does the director of coaching analytics truly do? So one of the biggest thing, and probably the biggest thing, would be the opponent research. So going into opponents, seeing, hey, crunching numbers, getting data for the coaching staff to work off. We're not just talking Mike Vrabel. We're talking Terrell Williams, Josh McDaniels. What things do they trend to? What are rhythms that they get into? Again, essentially showing these guys, hey, 6 out of 10 times in a situation like this is what they're going to do. So based on this is the direction we could go. Information like that is huge going into a game. Again, it's crazy how much the game has changed. As well as metric creation, player research, so looking at specific players and analytics on them. And then probably one of the biggest things, and I think that a lot of people think of when they think of analytics coach, would be the risk ratio. Now, this is where directly he would come in and help someone like Mike Vrabel. Again, you look at a lot of different teams in the league over the past couple years. It's been much more common. I need to get the data out there. I know it's not just anecdotal data, but there's been a lot more teams that will go for it on a 4th and short, or even a 4th and 3, 4th and 4, and because their risk ratio says go for it. Shoot, I don't play video games, but I know there's video games out there that will say like, hey, based on this, you should go for it. Based on the analytics, you should go for it. So again, this guy there being able to be in Mike Vrabel's ear, telling him, listen, based on this, if we're in this situation, we should go for it. That is our best bet, giving us the best chance to win this game, go down and win this game. So I think it's a incredibly smart move by the Patriots. That is where obviously a lot of the NFL has been for a while, but to get this guy in, especially coming from the 49ers, where obviously besides last year, they have been successful and they've shown success. It's good that there's an analytics guy that can help this organization. So comment below. Tell me what you think about that. Excited about it, or you're just like, it is what it is. I don't think it's that impressive. Again, I think it's a smart move. It's what everyone's doing. Got to do it. Next, Stefon Diggs. I know almost everyone is probably done with this story, but it's been reported that Stefon Diggs, the conversation he had with Mike Vrabel, supposedly went quote unquote fine, and they essentially Stefon Diggs came out was open about the whole thing. And I think the biggest concern for Mike Vrabel, from what it sounds like, was not the fact that he was on a boat during Memorial Day. He doesn't care, he's surrounded by girls, but the fact that there's a camera there. And again, shouldn't be in a situation where, you're probably holding the things you're holding, all these different things, whatever. But that's beside the point. Is people, and I'm not, I think people are probably going to be upset how I say this, but I don't necessarily think it's fully Stefon Diggs' fault. And you're probably going to laugh and be like, Aaron, that's a stupid claim. Again, I'm not trying to play the blame finger and point the finger around, and I'm not trying to get the man out of trouble. All I'm trying to say is this, is there are some people in life that are just dumb. And will record, like, we live in a society, they pick up their phone and they immediately they want to record. Oh my gosh, it's Stefon Diggs, record, whatever. And if you're on a boat like that with, Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, you should know not to record stupid things. There's things like that. It should be common sense, but unfortunately it is not common sense. Again, a lot of people are going to probably say, Aaron, no, that's stupid. He shouldn't have gotten himself in that situation. I don't disagree. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is, I feel there are people in society that all they want to do is it's all about them. It's all about me. Oh, Stefon Diggs is right here. I'm gonna take a video, and I'm gonna get a video, and I'm gonna post it, and everyone's going, oh my gosh, why? Well, you're on that boat. How did you get that video? All this stuff. Instead of, this person is a human being. Regardless of what he's doing, like, you don't need to be taking a video of him. You don't need to. Again, you may laugh. You may say that's ridiculous, Aaron, but I think a lot of people are they don't realize. Kind of like people on Facebook, they post things where it's like, we don't need to know we don't need you to know everything in your personal life. This is just, I don't know. Facebook for me is funny pictures, memes, family stuff, keeping in touch with people I haven't seen in a long time. But I think there's other people that are like, I'm going to pour out everything onto you and you're going to see everything. There is no closed doors. And you're like, for goodness sakes, this is social media. But anyways, beside the point, we're going down a rabbit trail. The whole conversation led to essentially, listen, we're moving on from this whole situation. I think a lot of people, as I said earlier, last week, people are just blew it out of proportion just because they want a story. And it's stupid. You'll probably see it more with Stefon Diggs. Hopefully not after their conversation with Mike Vrabel. But again, you know for a fact when he's probably hanging out with people, especially people he doesn't know, he's probably going to say, you better not be recording me, which would be a smart move to make. Again, I don't know the laws in Florida when it comes to recording. There's this whole theory of consent. Some states it's a one-person consent, meaning I can videotape you. There's other states where you need consent from both people. So again, you're like, Aaron, you're a PE teacher, not a lawyer. I know. We're having a conversation. Anyways, they're moving on. We're done with it. Let's forget about it. Forget about it. So anyways, don't forget, Mayday, merch down low. Get a membership. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk later. Peace.